because you've been invited by some wonderful woman who's been associated with our organization, thought it might be a great idea for you to join us, and we're so thrilled you did. We run the women's empowerment organization, B.I.G, Believe, Inspire, Grow. Brittany Landers up there on the square, if we're playing the square game, works as my right-hand person, and Allie Dupree, who's on my other side. We all dedicate a lot of our time to helping empower women, and we want to share with you today what we do and invite you to participate with us if you feel like it feels like a calling for you. What we thought we would do is have you go around the room and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your name. We have a lot of people here, so we'll try to keep it a little bit short, but your name, where you're from, and what you're seeking, and what was the reason that you were intrigued to come here today. And then I'm going to share our amazing guest speaker, who is world-renowned speaker, who just got off a huge 5-day event with the Tony Robbins, and we're so thrilled and excited that you joined us today. We normally don't get to have celebrity speakers like Lisa Lieberman Wang, but you're so fortunate to get to hear what she has to say. So after we do the introductions, we're going to hear a wonderful, empowering, inspiring short presentation from Lisa. But Brittany will go around the room. She's better at this than I am.
So we'll go ahead and start with Courtney. And I also added in the chat there so you can reference it, just your name, your location, your passion and or business if you have one. And then what is it that you're seeking in B.I.G? How can we help you? So Courtney.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I'm actually in California in the Bay Area, so battling the fires right now. So I work for the business division side of Legal Shield. So providing legal and identity theft protection for individuals, business owners, and their employees. And Nina Pomeroy, who is a phenomenal photographer, had posted it on Facebook saying, I'm involved in this really great group with some really great empowering women and thought you might be interested. So I was like, okay, well, now's a great time. Obviously, we're all stoners. I was like, I'm plastered to my computer, which I don't normally like to be, but so always just kind of curious to see what other kind of opportunities might be out there for just networking, meeting great people, and seeing how I can help others too.
Wonderful. I'm very familiar with Legal Shield. We've had members who've been working in your organization, and the Nina Pomeroy was a wonderful leader for us here on the East Coast in Connecticut for a number of years, and moved out to California a number of years ago, and has now been able to bring us with her into the West Coast. So we're so glad, and we have a great, vibrant group already in NorCal. So we're thrilled to have you.
Awesome. Cindy?
Let me get on my video. Hi, ladies. I'm Cindy. I'm really excited to be here. I normally love being out in New York City, where I'm from, meeting people, interacting, and during COVID, that can't really go on anymore. So I'm just looking for ways to dial in and meet new people. Someone who I met in another virtual networking event actually let me know about this one, so I was excited to be able to join. My passion is really being a connector in all things, but especially within the nonprofit sector. It's where I've spent my career, and I'm currently at Covenant House, New York. We are the largest provider of shelter for homeless youth in New York City, and a lot of the work I do as the director of strategic partnerships is bring together different individuals who want to give back. So I figure joining here, I can, hopefully meet other women and connect on a more personal level, but also if anyone's interested in learning more about the mission of Covenant House or helping, no dollar amount is too small or big to be able to do so. And I'd absolutely love to speak more, really in any capacity, and just really happy to be here. I don't know if I missed anything I was supposed to cover.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. And someday you'll be able to walk out of New York City without a mask, and it'll be more comfortable, right? And I actually was introduced about 1 million years ago to Covenant House when I was in high school. So I'm very familiar, and you guys do great work.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Well, I'm very happy to be here. So thank you.
And forgive me if I mispronounce this, but Didem?
Hello, ladies. It's Didem.
Didem.
Hi, everyone. I am invited to this meeting full of lovely ladies by Natalia. And then we both live in Marbella, Spain, south of Spain. It's nearly 8:15 in the evening right now here, and it's really hot. uh, I am a yoga teacher. I do teach yoga, and I lived in England, in Oxford, for nearly 15 years, and then later we moved here nearly 2 years ago, and then I kind of found nice groups that like women groups to networking and to get to know each other more, and I just Natalia just introduced me about B.I.G, and she told me about B.I.G, and I just like to learn about the group more, and
Welcome.
yeah, thank you.
I know I'm seeming like I have a connection to everyone, but I'm a connector like Cindy is. And I know I was in Marbella about 3.5 years ago. We had the opportunity to meet the Ali Mian, which I know.
Oh, yes, I am also part of Costa
Women.
Women, yes.
So we have been partnered with Costa Women for 2 years. We do a monthly event with them every single year. Through Costa Women, did we get to meet the amazing Natalia, who is now our international ambassador. So it is all full circle that we were so wonderful.
Yes. I like to make these connections and then get to know new people, and we can inspire each other, and you never know, it's just, the world is big and also it's too small.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Nice to meeting you all. Thank you.
Jenny?
Hi, everybody. My name is Jenny Midgley. I'm a digital content specialist and brand and marketing photographer. I am in the Triangle area of North Carolina in a tiny town called Apex, just outside of Raleigh. Liz Rosilli invited me today, and I have several parts of my business and a family, and I feel like the theme of 2020 is like, hey, blah, 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 and then COVID. So that's been my year, and then COVID. So I'm an online course creator and content marketing coach, and I have a podcast called Girls Who Do Stuff. It's super fun.
Cool.
And my passion is really just helping other people grow. I'm a huge connector, huge collaborator. If I don't know the person, then it's likely I know someone who does know the person that you're looking for. Even internationally, it turns out I found some weird connections that I didn't know I had.
Yeah. We've been learning as we're learning. The world is big and small at the same time, right? That's the oxymoron. Well, welcome. I do know where Apex is. Liz knows. I lived in Chapel Hill for 2 years, and I know that area. And Liz, and we'll introduce Liz in a minute, but she used to live here and now there.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Awesome. Julina?
Hi, everyone, and you pronounced that right, by the way. I'm Jelena Ogilvie. I'm currently in Westport, Connecticut. I'm sitting in my office. I'm in the financial industry. I've been in the business for 22 years, and I spent most of my career traveling the entire Northeast in my car, calling on financial advisors, and I have 2 kids at home and decided it was time to focus on the family. And what I realized is I really had no community, just living life on the road, literally. So kudos to you all. This kept popping up on my Facebook. So I thought it would be an interesting sort of thing to attend. One of the things I secretly would like to do, I left JP Morgan in the middle of COVID, joined a practice, became a partner. And one of the things I want to do is help empower women from a financial standpoint. I was fortunate to help JP Morgan do that internally. And so yeah, I wanted to come and learn more. So thanks.
Wonderful, thank you. We'll share more about how that's financial literacy is an intricate part of our mission.
Okay, great.
And I love the artwork behind you.
Don't you?
Yeah, that is really cool.
It came out of Europe somewhere. My partner picked it out for me. He's a little bit of a metrosexual, so I love it.
It's perfect, yeah. Karen?
Hello, everybody. I'm Karen Blankenship. I'm from Michigan. I'm originally from Minnesota, and I've lived in 4 or 5 different states. And I do cover the whole USA. I was invited here today by Kim, so thank you very much. And she thought I'd enjoy it. I love connecting with other women entrepreneurs. I have the same passion as a lot of you. I am a connector and I love connecting others. Secondly, I love helping educating people on preventative wellness. I market for an online shop club, and we're a little bit different. I'm sure you all have heard of Sam's or Costco. We are an online shop club, and the best part is all of our products are natural, non-toxic. And you hear that and you think, oh, they don't work or they're really expensive. But our shop club allows you wholesale pricing, 30 to 50% off all those products that you're currently purchasing everywhere else. And they're going to work better than what you're currently using. And also they're eco-friendly and they're at a good price point. So I've been marketing for them for 5 years. I started as just a customer. I was in corporate America. I got tired of the rat race, and they were just such amazing products. I'm a super savvy shopper, and I love when I have a good find. So I love sharing with other people, and I hate paying full price for anything. So I want to definitely share that with you all, how to get great products for a great price that are healthier for you, keep you happy and healthy. Thank you.
That's excellent. Thank you.
Olga?
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Now, I am also in Raleigh, North Carolina, so very close to Jenny in Apex. But I work with women all over the country and sometimes all over the world. I represent a couple of apparel lines. One of them is known for its wireless undergarments. Very comfortable, very supportive, sizes 32 to 50. Never saw a shape I couldn't lift and support comfortably. And then also an apparel line, which is really focuses on work at home clothes. Our tagline is gym, work, play, and we're doing all of that these days. But the idea is very comfortable, functional, stylish clothing and undergarments to help all of us feel so comfortable that, you know, we don't have to think about what we're wearing. We can focus on what we do best. And that's my passion, is connecting with each woman or partner, whatever it may be, to find out what will really solve some of the needs. We all have to wear something, and what will work best for you so that you can do what you do best.
Thank you. Someday we might have to put our bottoms back on.
And Megan?
Hi, how are you? I'm sorry. I'm just driving from an appointment, joining Zoom, and I cannot having my video on right now.
No worries.
I live in Ridgefield, Connecticut. I'm interested in learning more about B.I.G and just networking with other women that are like-minded. I really believe in that. If you start influencing or being around people who have the same thoughts and values, that you are going to elevate your vibe and really think differently. And I'm looking to kind of get ideas and my business and kind of grow and network. Right now I have 2 different jobs. I am a pediatric occupational therapist in a school system, ages pre-K to 2nd grade, but then I also am a distributor for Young Living essential oils and really work on teaching people on how to use non-toxic living. So it really has brought me such joy to be able to help people in that way, and help moms say, like, oh, this has really worked with helping my child focus. Like, I can't even tell you, like, that piece of it has really, really brought me such joy in hearing like results that I've been able to help people in that way. And just really getting a lot of the, I was happy to hear someone else is also like-minded too with the non-toxic living, because it really does make a difference in your life and the amount of stuff that accumulates in your body and staying well. So, you know, that's where I'm coming from, and that's where I'm. I just parked my car.
There you are. There you are. I love what you said. When you align with like-minded women, you get to elevate your vibe. So maybe I might steal that tagline. Like, we help you elevate your vibe. I like that. I like to elevate people's vibe. That would be a nice thing to be able to be proud to say you do.
Yes.
I think we're going into our amazing leadership team night right now, right, Brittany?
Yep. So Kim?
Hi, I'm Kim Pearlstein. I'm in New Jersey. I live in Warren, New Jersey, which is in Somerset County. But I am the big co-leader for the Basking Ridge Bernardsville pod, and I have been in BIG for over 10 years. It is the best networking group I've been in. I have grown so much, and it's the reason I have my business today. So it is a fabulous group of women. I love how supportive and empowering everybody is. My business came out of BIG because I started doing one thing and then transitioned based on the coaching and support of the women here. So I have a marketing business, and I help you leverage LinkedIn, email marketing, and other online tools to stay in touch with your clients and prospects and family and increase your visibility and get more referrals to grow your business. So yeah, I'm very love technology, so love the computer. So if you know someone, or if you are not comfortable on the computer and you struggle to learn things, I will be happy to help you and guide you.
Thank you.
Liz.
My name's Liz Rosilli, and I'm with Genuity Concepts. I do marketing and promotional products for small and mid-sized businesses. I was a pod leader in New Jersey when I lived there 5 years ago, and worked with Tara to open up parts of New York City and create pods all over the place. I really loved being part of BIG then, and that was one of the hardest things to leave when I moved back to North Carolina. So when I found out that BIG was going virtual, I was like, I had to just jump right back in. And I just feel that it's one of those groups that you can just be yourself, and you don't have to be, it's not really a networking group. That comes secondly, but it's really about being able to be yourself and make those connections. And just, for me, it's about just meeting women and being able to help others. And that's really my passion.
Thank you, Liz.
Natalia?
Hi, ladies. It is so lovely to be here with you all. I'm Natalia. I am a life and business strategist, a certified wellness coach, and the founder of the Make It Happen Success System. I am super passionate about building the international community with Tara, Brittany, and all of you fabulous ladies. I got introduced to BIG back in April when I came and did a speaking event for Ali Meehan on behalf of Costa Women, and you guys were so welcoming, and I've just loved everything about it. And it's so, I'm super passionate about all of the things. You know, I came from wealth management. I've done the corporate. I started my own business, and it can be super lonely. And to have this network of women, and to have, you know, resources that aren't just business focused, that cover financial literacy, that cover wellness. You know, I heard toxic free living. I'm all about that. You know, I use Young Living essential oils too. But it's about taking a holistic approach to life, and business is just one piece of the pie, right? So I'm super happy to build all this out with all of you lovely ladies.
And we're super happy to have you. So if you, this little slice of BIG that you're allowed to see right here, or future BIG, represents a much bigger part of the pie. I'll use your example, Natalia. We have over 550 active, engaged members right now. And as you can see today, we span, I think it's going across 7 time zones at this point, because we have our Courtney from California, and all the way to Spain. So we truly are a global platform. And what you'll learn as we talk about it is that there's so many things that we can learn from each other. There's special little nuances. And it doesn't matter whether you live in a country like Spain or Canada, or whether you live in Fairfield County or Glastonbury, Connecticut. we all have our own flavor of where we live, and there's a culture connected to where we live, and we can embrace and learn and become evolved. And I'm going to use elevate our vibe. And with that, I want to just give our special speaker, because I want to honor her time. She could be anywhere in the world. She chose to be with us. We're so grateful to her. Literally, I met Lisa Lieberman Wang many years ago. I had her book on my shelf without even knowing it. I'm watching this speaker going, she looks so familiar. Did I meet her before? And she pulled up her book and I'm like, I've had that on my shelf for years. She's worked with Tony Robbins for over 2 decades. She's been on multiple television programs. She's been all over national, international publications. If anyone can talk about the power of community across the globe, having just come off a gig with over 50,000 people for 2 weeks with Tony Robbins, it's Lisa Lieberman Wang. I'm honored to tell you that she's been an integral part of our organization for many years. We're never going to let you go, Lisa, and we're so grateful that you honored us today to share a little bit of your wisdom with these women that we're just getting to know today. So thank you.
Thank you. Well, the feelings are mutual. So I want to welcome everyone and thank you for sharing who you are and what you stand for, your purpose, your mission, and your passion. It's wonderful to hear it, as I am in love with entrepreneurs and the fact that there's so many opportunities for every one of us. And we know the expression team is together, everybody achieves more. And this environment gives you that like none other. So I'm actually going to share some slides just to show you some stuff, and then I'll take it off the slide. So I'll be up and back with it. And as we're just talking about tapping into the power of community. And as Tara said, I have been really fortunate to be able to take my mission and purpose, and that's helping entrepreneurs create multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses all over TV, every station you can imagine, and to be out there and feel super blessed in the fact that I've been able to do it. I'm a #1 bestseller of multiple books. One I'll give you an opportunity to get for free here. And one thing I had done is kind of looked at everything that businesses do and said, what is it that we need to succeed? And when we look at the Mastery to Millions, this was actually my secret sauce. I own 4 businesses. I'm not a serial entrepreneur. One is 27 years old, 18 years old, 10 years old, 6 years. And each business came from the idea of what my clients needed. And each one does multiple 6 and 7 figures. So one of the things, I'm not going to go into this, but I'm going to tell you that we're going to be doing a special event that Brittany and Tara will give you information for, that will dive into this when we have more time on Mastery to Millions and how you can do that between mindset, taking massive action, modeling success, measuring, managing, marketing, innovation, and also masterminding. You know, one of the things I always say is conversations create cash. Write that down for yourself. It's the 3 C's. I literally had it on my computer for the longest time because I just always needed to remember conversations create cash. And the one thing about it is that so many people in business get caught up in administration and other things, but not necessarily what I would call result producing activities. And in this environment, you're getting to 1, tell everybody who you are, 2, tell them what you do. That's a conversation, by the way. That's talking to other people who may or may not be your clients, but will lead you to them. Any opportunity you have in today's time to actually create conversations that create cash are super, super important. And when you're tapping into community, that's a big, big deal. And one of the awesome things about BIG, Believe, Inspire, Grow, is that there's over 500 other entrepreneurs here that you can write down this sentence, who do you know who? It doesn't have to even be those people. If you've never heard the expression 6 degrees of separation, if we have 6 degrees of separation with over 500 people, how many people do we actually have contact with? It's pretty amazing. Wouldn't you agree? Like, potential is huge. And one of the ways that I built each one of my businesses and have taught my clients to do the same is about who do you know who? It's about leveraging people, associations, knowing that here you are in an organization. Raise your hand if you can think from hearing each other, somebody who can use somebody else's service. Raise your hand if you can think of somebody who can use somebody else's service. Do you know what? That is actually what business is about. It doesn't even need to be your service. So everybody knows somebody who needs what you have. But the thing is sometimes we're afraid to ask. Raise your hand if you're ever afraid to ask. Yeah, right? It's like you say it, but it's kind of like, but I don't ask you. I don't want to bother you. But you know what? This community is about leveraging OPP, other people's people, finding opportunities to support each other. One person does legal, one does financial, one does health and wellness. You don't have to ever compete with each other because you all have your own secret sauce. And that is just such a gift to understand when we tap into community. This is one of my clients that I'm working with. She's a part-time mom. She came to me originally for personal reasons and ended up working with her for business. And part-time, she was actually homeschooling 3 boys. Now everybody, it's the homeschooling is what's in, right? It wasn't in when she was doing it. They're calling themselves COVID moms and that are now having to teach the kids. But part-time, she built a business that did $94,000 last year. Last month in July, during COVID, because of leveraging OPP, other people's people, finding people that were already doing business with her ideal client, she did over $22,000 in sales. Raise your hand if you'd like to do $22,000 in sales in 1 month. That's a pretty good month, right? That's part-time again, ladies. That's not full-time. But OPP is not just who's in this community, but who you all know in your own communities, okay? So think about that. And what happened with Brenda is we said she is a transformative neuro-Reiki master practitioner. So who has your clients? And we realized that yoga schools had her clients, gyms had her clients, a lot of people that were into the spiritual world had her clients. And with connecting with those people and then referring her to the business, this is how she did it. It was quite amazing, right? So other people's people. The other thing I want to share with you and is modeling success, OPE, other people's experience. Who here likes to take the School of Hard Knocks? Raise your hand. Okay, good. I wanted to see it's not a trick question. You do not want to be raising your hand for the School of Hard Knocks. But so often we think that we're going to pave the way and we're going to figure it out. Well, one thing you're going to find in this community, which is what I love, is it's always about education. Tara is always about giving value and education and learning. You don't have to figure it out. They've already figured it out and have people be able to give you those resources. As Tara said, I've actually been figuring out for years. I'll come back to that in a second. I've been with Tony Robbins for 27 years. And I am a trainer for him. I've also went through his regular program. I'm a platinum partner with him. I've invested decades with him. Why? It's because I didn't want to figure it out myself. I wanted someone to tell me what to do, and I would just do it so I don't have to take the School of Hard Knocks. Well, here's one of my clients did the same thing. She happens to also be in the Tony world, and she's a family turnaround expert. And literally, she's also a trainer. And she was going to all these other people working really hard. And I said to her, you know, you can just do it your way or you can do it the easy way. And it turned out, this is last month is why I'm telling you this. These are new numbers, Tara, Brittany, you've never seen them because of the fact that COVID became a big excuse for so many people that they can't ask for money. Raise your hand if at the beginning of COVID you were afraid to ask for money, people were hurting and all the other stuff, right? And they kept thinking that. I said, I have to tell you, we're in a winter economy. Things are challenging, but it didn't mean people lost all their money. There are some that did, but not everyone. And the people were afraid to, to ask for it. Last month, Vinu's only been with me 2 months. Her first month in 5 weeks, she made $72,000 in 5 weeks. Would you like to make $72,000 in 5 weeks, right? Crazy, right? So people tell you there's no money out there. I'm going to tell you right now, the economy it's not everybody is hurting. There are people that are succeeding, can afford your services, and you need to have a voice out here. Other people's experiences telling us this, everyone. You need to put yourself out there. You need to be talking. You need to be sharing your gifts. You need to let everybody know what you're doing. The challenge a lot of people have, and this is what we're noticing, is that they got afraid to share their gifts to the world, feel like I can't share success. I can't tell people how great things are going. I can't. And because of it, all of a sudden it stunted your growth. And so many people said, I'm not going to promote. I don't want to sound bad. Let me just tell you something. You need to make yourself bigger than life right now during this area, because when things calm down, they're going to remember you. If you hide now, you won't be seen later. And Jenny, I'm sure, knows that as stories and strategies, because it's all about getting presence, right? Isn't it? So I'm sure that's what you're doing with your clients. So, and she's such a great promoter. I love the backdrop, by the way, and the QR reader, superstar here. Very cool. So the first thing is, like, here's Lisa. Lisa is a nurse and she wanted to have this leadership school. We started Nurses Institute for Leadership. during a recession. Listen to this. She ended up doing her first webinar last week. She got 97 people to register, and half of them showed up. She got 6 strategy calls, and she already got 2 clients and did $4,000 last week in sales. Isn't that cool? And she just launched her business. This is all now. I'm purposely giving real-time stuff. Here, Jasmine did her first webinar. Here was an important piece. It was how she promoted. She didn't get a lot of people to register. She's very niche marketed. She's helping specifically like people in the insurance and automotive industry, more optimization and scaling of businesses. She had her first strategy call. She did $21,000 with 1 client. That was last week. Again, are we in a recession, they said? Are we in a winter economy? Are they saying things are bad? COVID? People still need us. There's still a market. So I want to just give you a little tidbit of something that will help you to make sure you get your message out there, okay? And it's called a sensational soundbite. Feel free to take a picture of this because this is something you're going to want to do. When you're putting out a message, it's so important to be not just heard, but seen and heard, that people will know what you do in an instant, quickly and easily. And the easy way to do that is to let people know who your ideal client is immediately when you're speaking. And what did I say? I help people create 6- and 7-figure incomes, right? I was pretty clear. If you're not looking to create a multiple 6- or 7-figure business, then we wouldn't need to work together. Does that make sense? Raise your hand. Yes? Okay. So who's your ideal client? Is it stay-at-home moms? Is it entrepreneurs who are, or is it divorcees? Is it certain kinds of businesses? Who's your ideal client? What's the problem that you solve that no one else solves? What is it that keeps them up at night that really they want to work with you because you're going to take care of this problem? People pay for problems. They want to solve a problem. Tell them the advantage of working with you. I help them get, and what that means is the benefit. This is a sensational soundbite. You might have years ago thought of it as an elevator pitch, but this is even better than an elevator pitch because it overcomes objections, let people know clearly what you do and how it's going to benefit and what's in it for them. I went to an event one day and I was with a group of women, and Tara knows a couple of them, and we're there at someone's home and everybody's saying, oh, I have my own TV show and I have a group for networking for women and I do this and I do that. And I turn around and I'm a business and life strategist, and I turn around and I said, you know, typically I work with women who are successful in some areas, but not with themselves. I help them go from feeling fine, which is frustrated, insecure, neurotic, and emotional, to being fab, fabulous, awesome, beautiful. I said what that means is they avoid years of shame, blame, and therapy so they can live an authentic life, happy, healthy, and free. Who do you know who'd benefit from that? I did not do it that fast. I swear to God, we get up, we walk to the kitchen. One woman comes over to me. She goes, this is why I'm here. I'm supposed to meet you. She ended up enrolling in my program. We've had a phone call, enrolled in my program just like that. This is a game changer, ladies. This will be the difference of I do this, this, and this. I do oils. I do vitamins. This is your game changer. Here's another one when I'm talking for business. Typically, I work with entrepreneurs who are frustrated and overwhelmed, thinking they should be further along with their business. I help guide them to take back control, stop guessing, using our proven system to create multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses online and off. What that means is they can leave the stress behind and do what they love. Who do you know who'd benefit from something like this? Raise your hand if you know anybody who'd benefit from something like this, right? Okay, we're not getting many hands, so you guys don't think anyone will benefit. The idea is to test it. So when you put it together, test it with other people, see that anybody raises their hand and say, yes, I want that, and you'll know you're on the right track. So if you'd like to get my free book, go to brandyoubecometheexpert.com. Just pay the shipping. The book's on me. If you went to Amazon, it's $25. Here it's free. Just cover the shipping. And when you do, I give you an opportunity on how to sell anything, anywhere, to anyone. Check that out. And if you want to be able to have a chat with me and find out what that looks like, just go to callwithlisa.com. And most important, join us on September 30th, because we're going to be doing 7 secrets you must know to grow your business in any economy. And I won't speak this fast, but I'll be giving you tons of really great information to help you grow. Okay?
Thank you, Lisa. And so, yes, Lisa talked very fast, because what normally we get an hour and a half with Lisa, we said, Lisa, we just want you to give them an appetizer experience of what a typical meeting that we do at Big is. And she really did do it in record speed. I feel like we were playing it on a 78 speed there, Lisa. But you know, every single thing we do is to give you value. I mean, my mission is to empower women. And we're going to give you a little bit of a show and tell from here because I want to honor your time. But Lisa is a great example, as is Natalia, which we're going to be showcasing as well, of the women, the types of women that we work with who really are authentically passionate, like you all expressed, to help other women. If you help other women first, the payback is tenfold, right? And the one thing we don't want to do when we help people, because it's in our nature, is to ever be feeling like we should be taken advantage of. So we want to give and give and give with boundaries, right? But it's in our nature to give. And we want to be that place where you can be that authentic person. Like they said, not wear a game face, like Kim said, not feel like you have to stand up and say everything in my life is great and I'm going to sell you the best product, because we want authentic connections. So networking to me, and Brittany can pull up a little of our stuff. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. You'll hear more from Lisa on September 30th, which happens to be my birthday. So we'll invite you all back for that. Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate
Bye, everyone. Nice to meet you.
When we say, and I'm going to just kind of jumpstart my presentation with you, the word networking, and I know we all like to network, but I have to be honest, networking to me has a negative connotation. Networking to me says exchange of information, business card connection, right? Which goes against who I am, because as I heard what you guys have said, we're looking for relationships. We're looking for authentic connections, not transactional connections, which, you know, in the 80s, transactional connections worked really well for ching chang, ringing the cash register, and the way that the men do it well. They're not interested in chit chat. They're not interested in your kids. They're not interested in where you got those earrings. They're interested in, are you going to do business with me? Next customer, next customer. And we want, as women, rapport. It's what fuels us. And I want an organization that offers women authentic rapport and relationships, knowing full speed, like Lisa said, that we're all in it for the business if that's part of what we want to do with our lives. And not every woman on the planet wants to be an entrepreneur, a businesswoman. And we want women who have an entrepreneurial spirit, but not necessarily have to have a business, because well, guess what? They may not know what they want to do next in life. They may not have tapped into their purpose and their passion yet, that word yet, but maybe they'd be the greatest support person for your business. So not everyone in BIG is a woman who is a business owner. Many, many of us have entrepreneurial skills. But more importantly, my mission on this empowerment journey that we're all on is to help the women of my organization move forward. And I'm going to use Kim as an example. Kim Pearlstein, who introduced you, she's been with us for 10 years. She's gone through 4 iterations of professional development over the times, at least, that I've known her. She worked for a direct marketing company when I first met her. She started a personal assistance group. How and what Kim does in her business world matters less to me than Kim is moving her life and goals forward. And so I don't get invested emotionally in whether a woman builds a 6-figure business. People like Lisa can really help women scale and coach. And I'm kind of glad she's off, because I don't have that money muscle that she's talking about. I haven't yet made $72,000 in a month. But what I want is to help you move forward. And the power that I offer in this organization, and I say I offer it because and you'll hear my story in 1 second, I saw something that happened to me 13 years ago as a woman who was missing something in my life, and I knew enough to know I needed more. And I think that's a lot of you, and you've probably, from what I know on the call, you're already in the journey. A lot of women are still on the sidelines. Think of the millions that are still on the sidelines. But we all need to keep moving forward in whatever capacity. So in 2009, I sent out an email. I'm going to quickly tell my story. Today we have Since 2009, we've had over 6,000 women who've been members. In any given moment, we have over 500. My 2020 goal is to ask each one of my 500 to bring one more woman who needs empowerment, and we double, we become 1,000. I'm going to use the other people's people and ask for 1,000 members, and I believe I can get that. And actually, the reason I can get that is because of COVID. So the thing that I was most fearful of is the thing that propelled us most further ahead, because now the world is on Zoom. We are no longer afraid to do online marketing and we're no longer afraid to run online events. And we have this ability to go from California to Spain, where we didn't have that at the beginning of February. So, Brittany, I don't know if I can move my screen. There we go. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to tell you my quick story, because maybe you can relate to it, or you know probably 50 other women that could relate to it. I was influenced to start big by one thing. I dropped my son off at the middle school almost 12 and a half years ago. I was a stay-at-home mom. You'll hear more about that in a second. And I saw a bumper sticker on a car that said, "Remember who you wanted to be." And it was like a lightning bolt in my head, because I wasn't that person. I wasn't that girl. Everything that I thought I was going to do in my life, I had a wonderful life. I had a wonderful life. I just wasn't all that I was thinking I was meant to be. And it propelled me to do one thing that changed my life and hopefully enhanced the lives of thousands of women along the way. So my story goes like this. I was in my 20s. I went to a good college. I went out in my 20s. I got my career black and gray suit. At the time, navy and blue and a couple white shirts, and I was good to go, right? In my 20s, I was going to go up that corporate ladder. I was getting that promotion. I wanted to get out of the cubby. I wanted a window. At the time, I wanted a car phone, and that's how old I am now, right? I wanted all of those things that corporate America offered. I was going to have it all. My mother was a nurse. She didn't know what she was missing. I was going to have that family. I worked on some of the biggest brands. I worked in marketing and advertising. And at the time, I worked on Timberland, which was the hottest brand. I worked in the Sylvania Lighting, which did the ball drop in Times Square. I had credentials in Times Square that were better than Dick Clark. I could go anywhere in that square. The police force would open the doors and I would walk through. It was euphoric. I was riding on, this corporate, wonderful boondoggle that I loved. When I'd go to a cocktail party and someone would say, "So what do you do?" And I work on Timberland. I just finished the ball drop. Oh, wasn't I the most interesting person that they wanted to talk to back then? All connected, of course, to not me, but my job. So what happens? I'm the ball drop in Times Square. I'm 7.5 months pregnant. I had gotten married meeting a guy in the advertising agency. I was going to have this baby. I had that credentials. 7.5 months pregnant, the ball drop in Times Square, boom. I am no longer going to continue on this career path. I looked at that baby. I did the math. I worked for a company that didn't even pay maternity leave. I did the math and said 40% of my salary goes to childcare. I spend 5 days without this child, 2 days with this child. This wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And I opted out of the workforce like 10 million other women. And I landed in a planet that I never thought I'd land, which was called suburbia housewife. And the focus of my life, although it was privileged, and it was a luxury to be able to be home with my children, was lonely, as Natalia said, I lost my mojo. When I go to a cocktail party and they say, "So what do you do?" "Oh, I stay at home mom." They were no longer mulling around to hear what my next adventure was. It wasn't that I changed, but people responded to me differently when I didn't have something exciting on my corporate agenda, on my corporate business card. And I lost my sense of self, and I lost my mojo. I lost my feeling of being somebody that I wanted to be, that girl that was my 5-year-old girl who said, "What do you want to be to grow up?" And I didn't think there was ever going to be a limit. I was going to be Miss America. I was going to be the Vice President of the United States. And that 5-year-old girl never thought it wasn't going to happen. And when I went to college, I chose my major for freshman year, and I said, oh, because I'm going to have a career, and when I'm going to have this career, I'm going to change the world. And I didn't think I wasn't going to do that. But then as you get older and as you go through the world of hard knocks, and corporate America is one of the hardest world of hard knocks for those of us who've been in it, they like to push you down. They like to tell you to sit in the cubby. They're not necessarily invested in you helping you live your goals and dreams. They're invested in helping what you can do to help them live their goals and dreams. And so I spent a lot of time trying to figure out, who am I now? How can I be who I want to be and take care of my family and take care of all of the responsibilities that really matter to me and have lived the life that I think I'm supposed to live? I had more to live after 3 kids. I moved with my husband. I moved to North Carolina. We moved back to New Jersey from Boston. I always backburnered me. One thing I didn't take care of along the way was me. And it was my turn. And you think, you know, when I moved back to New Jersey in 2009, I sent an email out after seeing that bumper sticker, and I said, we're still smart. And I sent it to every woman I knew in my community who seemed like me, right? Like-minded, went to colleges, had aspirations, kind of got stuck in suburbia because we couldn't do the big brands. We had to be with the kids. The bus ended up at 2:30. What's life going to be? It kind of capped us in a little bubble that we didn't necessarily choose to be in. And it was a very nice bubble, but it was still a bubble. And if I actually did introspective, I wanted the vision of the world to be still at my shoulder tips. I wanted opportunity to still be like limitless. And yet I don't think my life offered that to me. So I sent out an email in 2009 saying we're still smart, and 42 women showed up in my living room. And that was the catalyst for this organization. It wasn't some mastermind. I'd love to tell you I had this amazing vision that I was going to start this global platform and women were going to come everywhere and we were going to empower and we were going to have a membership group of thousands of women. I didn't. I was a stay-at-home mom who lost my sense of self, who felt there's got to be a better way to do this, and how could I do it and keep my family and make sure that my kindergarten kid was not going to be left at the bus stop alone, and that there was going to be food in the fridge, and that I was going to be able to make some money, because you know what? I wanted to buy my own stuff, and I didn't want to ask anybody whether I could or couldn't do it. And I wanted to understand how I could do this. And at that time, there weren't opportunities for somebody like me. And there was nobody who could teach me how to do this. Because if I was out of a corporation, I was the marketing person, the accounting person, the IT person. I mean, just ask me to re-FedEx something with 3 kids strapped into car seats after they didn't get it the day before. It's a whole day. So I needed community. And when those 42 women came in my room and we shared that we had the same struggles, what did we do? Did we say, oh, too bad, that's a stupid idea, you're never going to be able to do it? Opposite. Those women turned to each other and said, you can do this. You have something. That idea was amazing. You should be able to move this forward. You're capable of anything. I know somebody that can help you. I know resources you should know. You know what? You're going to try to do this? I have a shortcut for you. And that happened in my living room. And that is what we built. And I never forget that meeting. It wasn't a meeting. It was a group of people gathered in my living room that became the organization that exists now. And I said, I'll never forget that. I'll never forget why we exist. We exist to empower other women and lift them up and help them on their entrepreneurial journey so that they can be who they're supposed to be. And we do that by offering them inspiration. But most importantly, we help build community, authentic relationships. So people will ask me, are you a networking group? I cringe. Yes, I am, but I'm more than that. I'm not a networking group. I'm an empowerment group, because I care less whether you get a business transaction. I care more whether you found a way to be more happy that day, or you've got more fulfillment in your life, or you got more empowered, or you learned something. That's what matters to me more. Whether you come out of a big experience, one goal, better than the way you walked in. Every single, and I can tell you this, I don't know how many meetings we've had, times how many, but every single time the women walk away better. If the speaker cancels, we taught them to focus on the women. If it's snowing outside and 4 women show up, we go deep. Every single experience matters to us. And the way we do this differently, in addition to what the mission is we don't treat your business. There's a lot of ways you can help treat your business. And again, people like Lisa, people who focus on just helping women make money in their business, we'll bring you those tools. But we want you as a woman to be a whole person. We're not like men. We don't work in compartments. And I'm not saying we're better or worse, we're different. I see some laughing. I do a whole other program on how we're different from men, but you probably already know a lot of those reasons. But we don't separate, right? We don't go on the train and go to work for 13 hours and not know what our kid had for lunch, not know if they got home from school, not know if the laundry's been done, and not know if there's food for dinner. We don't do that. We know when our mother's next doctor's appointment is, right? So we're not, and we don't want to be not that person. We want to be the nurturer on the planet. We want to be the woman that can keep our family and our personal lives and all those wonderful things we do and live the life we're supposed to live, make that contribution to this world. Every single one of you that shared your business idea was somebody that's helping somebody else. And your passion becomes from not making money, although that's the great outcome, because what I will say about money is no money, no go. I'm sorry, but if you can't make money in a business, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. And if you don't understand money, you're not empowered. And I won't tell you have to bring in the paycheck. I'll tell you have to know what's going on with that paycheck. And I think that I'll get some endorsements from our financial people that say women cannot remain ignorant in that arena and be empowered. We are showcasing role models for our daughters and our nieces. And if you're not going to pay attention, you're telling the next generation they don't need to pay attention. And if you think that you can let somebody else take care of your money for you while you go do other things that you want to do, all you have to do is talk to the most devastated person in a divorce attorney, and it's a woman who is clueless about what happens in her family's financial. So we do a lot of money management because money can be freeing. Not having it. Women with more money or knowledge of money have more choices than women who don't have that knowledge. And so we support financial literacy at one of the top parts of what we do. Second thing we do, entrepreneurship. As I said before, nobody taught us entrepreneurship. Yes, there are colleges that now offer these degrees, but not when I went to school. How are you supposed to know all these things? You're not. But in every random room that we've ever had, there's someone in the room who knows the part of the business that the other person doesn't know. In this room, we have a financial person, salespeople, marketing people, social media experts. In this room, as in every other room we have, the law of attraction, the room is always filled with what you need. And if it's not directly filled with what you need, there's someone in that room that knows something that will get you what you need. And women are the biggest givers. Let's not be giving because it's not business-like. Let's continue to be those authentic people, and let's make sure that we give with boundaries. Second thing, parenting, okay? We're in COVID. The same thing that happened to me in 2009 after the stock market crashed in 2008 and people got all nervous about their future is happening right now. That sense of uncertainty. Oh my God. This is right, Zoom with the kid jumping in front. I know that you were doing parenting. It's an uncertain time, but it's also an amazing time. It's the grand redo. It's the universal forgiveness. No one expects you to do what you did before COVID exactly the way you did when you come back out. So you can be anybody you want to be right now in any way different. You can change your prices. You can change your company. You can change the way you do it. You can say, hey, in my call, my kids show up. Hope you're okay with that. Right? This is the grand redo. And we support parenting. We have parenting coaches. We have educators. We have people that help you navigate homeschool. That's a business. We help relationships. We have bridal experts for getting married. We have divorce attorneys for when you pick the wrong person to get married to. We have home life, because that matters. God knows we've never spent so much time in home life right now. And I can tell you that things like home living are big businesses. Real estate agents, hold on, I got it ready. Buying it, selling it, organizing, decorating it, every big business you have. Wellness and self-care, what we know right now. is after COVID that the most important thing you can do is take care of yourself, right? If you don't take care of the basics of you, outside more than money is your health. Money doesn't matter if you don't have your health. And if you don't pay attention to your health, you're going to spend a lot of money on it, right? So wellness, self-care, fashion and beauty. Women love fashion and beauty. Do you think that that's trivial? Sometimes people don't want to talk about. We used to spend time before a meeting. Oh my God, I love your dress. Where did you get that? And you'll say where you got it, and you'll give her a Groupon coupon for it, right? And that's not considered the start of business in corporate America. Guess what? You're building a relationship with your client deeply. She's going to be so grateful. When she has to cut her budget, it's less likely you're going to be the first one cut because there's a rapport between you. Fashion and beauty is also a multi-billion-dollar industry. Let's face it. We are the #1 consumer purchasers. Even if you're not bringing in the checkbook, you own the checkbook. Women make 80% of all the consumer purchases decisions in their household. You have huge influence and power. Let's not forget who we are and what we can be. And we want to help you do that. Someday we'll be able to do this again. Someday we'll be able to go to travel. We'll be able to go to Spain. They'll be able to visit us in New York. We'll go to Paris. We'll have global retreats again. We'll be able to do that. But there's business in that. There's travel and leisure and fun. We treat you as a whole. We want every area of your life. So when we talk about what we do, we don't educate just on business or money. We talk about educating on enhancing your life, on every area of your life. So these are the members. This poor woman, it loves, 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 loves it. We had to stop the loves when she talked about how much it is. And what makes me so happy, and this is truly authentic, because unlike Lisa, I am not in this for the money, I'm in this for the mission. I have huge gratitude and self-satisfaction, as I know all of you who are passionate about what you do, when you have made a difference in somebody's life. When you talk about putting on a bra and all of a sudden she looks so much better. It's not trivial. And when you protect someone legally that could have cost them thousands of dollars because you gave them information that they would never have known and they wouldn't have spent $375 an hour in a lawyer's office, you're changing their life. And if you're not doing it, women don't do things usually for the money. The money is the outcome. They do it for the passion. And we are that organization. We don't do it. You'll get everything you get from a lot of other businesses, and we're not telling you we're the only one out there, and we're not telling you we should be your only outlet for business. We can't promise you you're going to get all your business from us. We're telling you that we're going to be that guard at your gate. We're going to have your back when you need it. We're going to pick you up when you have a really shitty day, and we're going to get you back on the track again. And we're going to do it because we believe in you have a gift and talent that deserves to be shared with the world, and our platform wants you to do it. This is how we are now, COVID. We used to meet in person. Someday we might meet again. We're not going to do it fast, right? We don't want to get out there too quickly. But you know what translated behind this screen? The same as the mission translates no matter any way we have to do the mission. So yes, COVID is different, but we get to be with women like you from all over the world on the same exact screen that we could never have done when we were live and in person. So we'll be able to hug each other again, and we'll be able to meet, and we'll be able to travel and see each other. But in the interim, and probably never again, will we just go back to live meetings, because this is hugely valuable. And if I'm trying to help you make authentic connections, we're limitless in how and where and when. Since COVID, we're predominantly on the East Coast, predominantly New Jersey and Connecticut. Now we're in 14 new communities out of the state. We're in North Carolina, California, Spain, Canada, England officially as of the other day, and it's limitless. And it's limitless. We have Michigan on the call. So the other thing we do is we have a huge toolbox, and I don't want to overwhelm you with all the tools, but you can imagine Lisa Lieberman was just one of our tools. Everything you need to learn what you don't know, because you're not supposed to know everything, but you want to have the resources that when you need the information, you've got it in your toolbox. And we have, because of the women in this community, a plethora of tools. So we offer, let me just share how we do this now. We're a platform, an ever-growing platform to help you reach your goals and dreams. And I know at the beginning that might sound lofty, but I have to tell you, it's true. We do it. We help women, big goals, little goals. We have 30 online empowerment experiences each month that you have full, unbelievable access. These are live events. These are not recorded events, although we do record them all, and you have a library. You can watch it anytime you want. We're like the Netflix of women's empowerment. But these are all live, interactive, like this. They're run on 2 different Zoom networks. We sometimes run up to 4 a day. We are very sensitive to the time commitments from where people are. So the sweet spot for our big virtual global meetings live happen between 1 and 3:30 Eastern time, so that both Spain and California can be on them. But we also run events at 10 in the morning and in the evenings on the East Coast. But you have full access to this. We have all sorts of technology to help make it easier. We have an app, we have an intranet, we have a whole bunch of tools that I'm not going to go into today. And we give you the opportunity. My goal is to give every woman who's a member a platform to showcase her special gifts and talents. We want you to have speaking opportunities. We want you to promote your businesses. We want you to network with each other. So we do online speed networking. We know what you need because we are you. We know what we need and how we want to be treated. And so we treat you as if you are us. And we adjust to whatever you tell us you're looking for. And we have a flexible platform to be able to keep adding. So COVID pricing. This is why I'm glad Lisa's not here, because I reduced my pricing when COVID hit. I got nervous. I didn't have that muscle. But I can gratefully tell you that we've had over 65 women join us in COVID online, never have experienced us in live. And while money isn't our goal, obviously money matters, as we talked about before. Our membership is very inexpensive, and we know that. But again, we want more women to be part of this, and so we don't want money to be a reason why they say no. So our membership is $19.95 a month or $199 a year. That includes absolutely everything. There is no other fees. There's no other fees. You're not limited by how many events you can attend. You are part of the entire organization. You have a guide in your ambassador, so the woman that brought you in can guide you. If your woman didn't bring you in and you heard about us organically, we have what we call a super pod, big virtual global. They run within the pod within the organization that you are your home base within Big is called Big Virtual Global. There's 3 amazing coaches that run those meetings. They'll inform you of the meetings. They run 4 events a month. So every week you'll have an opportunity to join with your subgroup, Big Virtual Global, with your ambassador, and you'll have the experiences. They'll run a meeting, 2 pod meetings on one of the topics that we talked about: lifestyle, business, entrepreneurship, financial. And then they'll have an interactive networking, speed networking experience, and a master share where you get to debate and bring your gifts and share. A woman who might have a struggle in your group, she shares what the struggle is, and you mastermind together on how she can overcome that obstacle. Maybe it's a panel of you. That's every single month. So you have that opportunity. In addition to that, we have probably, I know we have 26 other online events that are going on that month as well, that you are all welcome to participate in. But we want to guide you in and get your feet wet. I say it's like an orientation. If we dropped you off at college and said, oh, here's your dorm, good luck, figure out the college university, you'd be overwhelmed. So we have a pod and women that are going to nurture and take care of you. Your ambassador groups are going to take care of you locally. They're going to make sure you know each other in your geographic region. And our Big Virtual Global is going to be able to take care of you. The ambassadorships have their own special events that they run with you guys. Liz is telling me that the Carolina group has 2 coffees a month. Natalia's planning special events just for the international group. California, Nina already runs a happy hour. She's in wine country. What would you expect, right? So there's many facets to this. If I told you more than this, you would get overwhelmed. So what we're offering here is an invitation to join. Now, I'm really glad Lisa's gone, because I did something that I know is her cardinal sin. We thought the summer, there is no catch. We thought the summer was a time when women would hesitate. We're really at the end of the summer. But for July and August, we wanted to get as many women in our organization as possible. So we said join big in July or August for $1, and your first 30 days are $1. So that you didn't get caught up to wait till the kids go back to school. Oh, wait till the parent teacher. Oh, wait till I get this feeling. And then we're into October. Oh my God, maybe after the holidays. We wanted you to act now. So we've been doing this for a while. Like I said, we have 67 women who are new to big virtually since in the last 3 months. And there's only 3 days left of this marketing promotion because it's the 28th. It's over on Monday, Tuesday. But we wanted to make sure you got this offer. If you have any questions, let us know. There's no catch. If you join Big Virtual Global, you use the promo code ONEGLOBAL and you get to get your first month for $1. If you join annually, we add a month to your membership, so you get 13 months. So I think that brings you down to $14 a month. I don't think there's anything that gives you as much value as what we offer, and that makes me proud. I feel good about that. So I would like to just leave it for questions now and answer any questions, but would love for you to participate, and would tell you that the sense of urgency is, it's silly if you think this is an organization for you that you don't join under the $1, because otherwise you're just losing this particular advantage, because when Lisa gets a hold of me, I'm not going to probably be able to do that anymore. Any questions, or any of our leadership have anything else to add? I don't know if I've missed anything in the chat. So Brittany, how do people join the fastest way if those who are interested?
So I just, okay.
Oh wait, we have a question.
Yep.
No, you don't have a question. You're in the dark over there.
I need to leave.
Okay, that's fine. Natalia will work with you, and you can.
Yes,
and you can.
that's what it is.
For you. Thank you.
I am
much.
so pleased to meet you, and it was very interesting. Actually, I really didn't know what to expect, and then well, as like I have a, we have a life, and I need to go in here. Invited to a dinner, and then I need to leave.
Absolutely. Well, we totally understand. You are getting late over there, so thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, ladies. Have a lovely day. Bye. Oh, yeah.
So if you have any questions, I know we normally didn't have Lisa on the call, so this call went a little longer than usual, but we'd love to get any feedback or any of your thoughts if you have any questions.
So I did go ahead and just add in the chat here a direct link if you plan to join. If you need any other assistance, the ambassador or even membership at believeinspiregrow.com, we can absolutely help you with that. But what you'll find at that link is just the opportunity for you to start your account, and you'll choose whatever group it is that you're joining. So if you're joining North Carolina with Liz and Robin, you'll see their names in that drop down, right? You'll go through, you'll create your username, your first name, last name, and then it'll let you select that pod. Same thing with Natalia, you'll see Nat International, Nina, etc. I know we have someone in here.
Oh, let me just make it one point about Connecticut women. So Connecticut women, you actually have another special opportunity in addition. Candy and Mary are our first only directors of BIG, meaning that they oversee the entire state of Connecticut. So they actually, in addition to everything we're talking about, they run a Connecticut-based meeting in addition to the Ridgefield group. We have a group up in Mystic that's forming, and a group in Fairfield County that's forming. So Connecticut actually gets another layer in addition to everything else, so that you can actually be connected statewide as well as regional, if that makes sense. So I know that we have a couple Connecticut people on board. So that's what we offer. We would love to invite you. Natalia, it's probably what, 10 o'clock, getting on 10 o'clock there in Spain. I know California, you're only at noon, right? You haven't even had lunch. You're going to bed. But well, thank you, ladies. Is there any questions or any thoughts? I know it's Friday and we have a lot to do, but we would definitely love to invite you to be part of us. And if you have any questions, Allie is our liaison. She's happy to answer any questions. Your ambassadors are so dedicated to helping you. So we'd love to have you involved. And if you think this is something that you're interested in, we kind of feel it's a low risk, high reward opportunity. And we don't want you to miss the special promotion that will end on Tuesday. So thank you so much. And
thank you so much. It was really helpful to get an overview. I appreciate that.
Thank you. We're glad. Thank you so much.
Awesome. We hope to see you later. ladies soon. And as we mentioned, there's 30 plus, so that means we might see you on Monday. If you join us, there's
Oh, yeah.
an event on Monday. So you just let us know. Let us know if you have any questions. We'll talk to you soon.
Monday, we have a great event on wellness and self-care. So it's a great event on Monday afternoon.
Awesome. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Ladies.
All right, you too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.